Okay, so thus far we have our first floor, our ground floor, or our level 1 floor. We also have our second floor. We have also adjusted our elevations and added some new elevations. Next thing what we'll do before we do anything else is place our ceilings. We're basically placing all of our vertical elements that we need to get some final adjustments on our elevations, on our actual elevations, and making sure that everything fits right. Okay, so what I want to do to create ceilings is, again, I want to go to level 1. Am I on level 1? I'm on level 1. And I want to create a ceiling. Okay, ceiling has its own tool as well. Okay, ceiling right here. Okay, unfortunately the only ones they have in default is these acoustical ceilings, which is like the ceiling that's in the classroom. If you look up, and there's the ceiling in the classroom. We don't want that in our house. It just doesn't look right. And so what we're going to do is we're going to choose either one of these, it doesn't matter, and we're going to edit it. So we're going to choose that ceiling, we're going to go edit type, and we are going to duplicate it, and we're just going to call it a you can call it a drywall ceiling if you want to, or you can call it a gypsum wallboard ceiling, however you want to do that. Okay, so now I have a drywall ceiling. I'm in the drywall ceiling. I want to edit the structure of that ceiling, and what I'm going to edit first is the finish right here. And let me go backwards on that. I'm not going to adjust this. I'm actually going to delete this line. Okay, and I'm going to leave this, the core boundary, which is going to become my drywall. And I am going to keep it as a structure. I'm going to go to the default material and just choose gypsum wallboard. There it is. Okay. And its thickness is only going to be, now because it's the ceiling, we'll have a little bit thicker drywall. And that's to help prevent the spread of fires. I'm not sitting in front of the code manual right now, but I'll bring this up in class as far as how thick that should be. I'm thinking, if I'm correct, 5/8 is plenty. We'll go with 5/8, but in class you might want to or actually, if you're on your own, just look it up in the code manual to see how thick that should be, that ceiling drywall. Click OK, and we're good to go. We just click OK again, and of course we're going to have this all the way around, even in our garage. Make sure you're on level 1. Check right here, level 1, and you put a ceiling. This little note that pops up down here says none of the created elements are visible in floor plan level 1. Don't worry about that. Just kill it. Just hit the little X right there. You don't want it visible from this view anyway. You only want it visible from other views, but not this one. So that is our first floor ceiling. Now I'm going to go to level 2. Save the project, yes. And I'm going to place another ceiling on level 2. And now I can just use that ceiling that I created and place it right there. And make sure, of course, check your level, that I'm on level 2. And again, close that box. One other thing you might want to check as well is look at the offset height. So we're on level 2, offset 8 foot. So that's saying that it's using the floor level of level 2 as a reference point, and it's offsetting it 8 foot higher. I have seen the mistakes where people put it on level 2, but then this right here read just 0, and then of course they had a ceiling on their floor. We don't want that. We want to make sure we get the ceiling in the location that they need to be in. So that's ceilings. Ceilings are very simple, not hard at all. The next video, of course, is going to be, well, really not even difficult. It should be really easy, but we're going to kind of inspect some of our work and make sure everything is lined up correctly.